Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Airport. In the last episode, we laid out all of the roads, the parking lots, and the structural grids for the terminal. So if you didn't go see that episode, highly recommend you go watch that one before you see this one. Today, we are going to start the exterior of the terminals, so let's get right into it. So I have gone through and redone some of the aircraft because the old aircraft that I made was built at a 1.5 to 1 scale, and I kinda just now realized it. So my A320s that were at the old airport were 50% larger than they're supposed to be. So I went back through and rebuilt some variations of planes too, not just one, all at 1 to 1 scale. So let's take a look at them. We have 4 sets of planes. I'm going to start with the smallest down here and work our way up. So the smallest plane I'm going to have, minus the private jets, I'm going to have a few that are smaller, but these are strictly just for the passengers. We have a CRJ 900 for those short regional flights, maybe hopping from one island to the other. Matadora is associated with Hawaii, so maybe you're going from Matadoran Island to the actual Hawaiian Islands, which aren't that far away. You'll probably be taking this plane. And I redid the aprons, made them a little bit smaller, and made them red, because I realized that most airports, they're red. Some of them, they're white, but most of them, they're red. So I went with red for the aprons. Moving on down, we have probably the second most popular plane. I don't know, these two are kind of tied. We have the Airbus A320, and right next to that, we have the Boeing 737-800. These two planes together are probably the most popular passenger planes in the world. Almost every airline has hundreds of them. They're very, very, very similar aircraft from two different companies. So I basically copied and pasted them. The only difference is the nose is a little more round on the Airbus and a little more pointy on the Boeing. So moving on from the medium-sized aircraft, we have the largest aircraft that Matadora Airport can safely land and take off, theoretically, and that is an Airbus A330-200. These are going to be for those long-haul international flights, or maybe even long-haul domestic flights to the mainland of the United States, which is quite a distance away from the Hawaiian Islands. But I will probably only have a handful of these aprons because they are just absolutely massive. But what's funny is this A330 right here is the same exact size as my old A320, which, as you can tell, is a much smaller aircraft than this. So that just puts into proportion how far off the scaling was on my old aircraft. Having the A320 be the same size as an A330 is not correct. So we scaled it all to 1-to-1 now, which will match the airport and the roads and everything else. So now an A330 can fit on our runways. But yeah, those are all 4 of the planes that we got. Hopefully this is accurate enough. I feel like it's definitely more accurate than just having A320s everywhere. So we got different planes for different routes, and different airlines will have a combination of these 4 planes landing here at Matadora. Now that I've redone all the aircraft, I need to go through and redo all of the aprons, as they are now different sizes. So I'm going to go through and do that. After redoing the gates again, we now have this, and I haven't counted them yet, but there is quite a few more than there was before. So here we left all of them, the big aprons. Here we have some A320s and the CRJ apron, and here we have a bunch of A320s with 2 CRJ aprons. This is going to be our main terminal, so mostly A320s landing here, same here. But I left a few just in case there's a few stragglers coming in here. and over to our Hawaiian / Matador and Air terminal. These are going to be a combination of CRJ and A320s, so I laid their gates out like this, so that way they can have a combination of whatever they have coming in that day. Now I am wanting to start the facade and laying out more in depth each terminal so that it's not just wool. I'm going to start like actually laying it out. Now I'm not going to do any interior today. I'm going to do some interior layout, but there isn't going to be any detailing. There isn't going to be any like stores or stuff, but I am going to start filling in walls and floors and stairs and elevators, all that stuff. Getting it ready for interior, because I am an interior this build. It's the airport. It's one of the main builds on the city, so I feel like it has to have quite a bit of detail. So we are going to do interior, but not this episode. We're just going to get it ready for interior. So I had to go figure some things out real quick off camera, and that was these little jet bridge thingy majigger things. So I came up with this design. So with these smaller aprons, they're probably just going to be ground loaded, so you'll just come straight out of the stairs and onto the tarmac and come up these stairs, and this will be the gate for the side two, or well, this will be the one for that one. That'll be the gate for that one. And then the tunnel will be for the middle one, which can park an A320 or a 737. So we have 3 aprons for the larger airplanes and 6 for the smaller. And around the corner here we have 3 more, although I might get rid of this one. I'm not sure yet. It's kind of in the way of a taxiway here. But yeah, I just had to kind of do this off camera because it took me probably like 2 hours to figure out how I wanted to do these. So, Terminal A is now, the facade is done. There is like 0 details, but everything is very flat, but it is done nonetheless. I also did some detailing on the backside here. So, well, not really detailing, but started to detail. We got the dock areas, some unloading areas. I might squeeze in some HVAC equipment back here. We'll see what I can end up doing. And then just because all of this right here is ugly, I decided to build a wall so that way the people on the road can't see it, and so that they can't get to it. So that way someone couldn't just pull up a car and hop this wall, because this wall is not very tall, maybe like 10 feet. This is a really big terminal. These gates were kind of hard to make, but I got them all numbered up. So basically with these multi-aircraft aprons, whatever you want to call them, it's going to be like 4, 5, and 6, and I did that for every single one. And then I think we ended at gate 21 over here. Yeah, gate 21. I think overall, if we look at the map, it'll end up being like 47 gates, but at any given moment, only 39 can be used because obviously you can't have two planes in the same parking spot here, but you can have two, one and two, or one big one. Now I'm thinking about moving on to Terminal B. So I'm thinking about adding a terminal. This will be A, B, and then the international will be C. So it used to just be all of this was A and that was going to be B. But I'm going to split it up A, B, and C. Keep it a little more concise and not confusing. So this one's going to be the original terminal that was built in probably, I don't know, it's kind of got like a 60s, 70s, mid-century vibe to it. And then Terminal B is going to be a bit newer. It's going to be built in, I don't know, maybe like the 90s. It's going to be kind of like postmodern. And then the Terminal C is going to be the most modern. That one's going to be built within like the last 10 years. That one's going to be in a very modern style. So that's kind of the styling I'm going to go for all of these facades. But I think I'm going to start getting started right here on Terminal B. So Terminal B is now mostly, I would say 80% done on the outside, minus details. So as I was saying earlier, I went for a more modern style with this terminal. It's also nice to mention that I took probably about a 10-day break between building Terminal A and Terminal B, so it's been a bit of a few days, maybe a week or so, since I've been building, but Terminal B is a lot more sleek, a lot more modern. That's really all I can say about it. We have over here going to be, that's our bridge connecting to Terminal A. Over here's all the check-in areas where you check in your checked luggage. We have some bathrooms, and the security line will be here. And there'll be a wall here, and this is the exit down to baggage claim. Continuing on through, here's our little food court. We're going to have food in all these little booths all the way around here. And going down this hallway is going to be some of the gates, which I have here. We got the little jet bridges laid out. And same thing with the other hallway over here. Same thing, more gates. So now, the next thing I want to do, I'm going to break through the ceiling here. The next thing I want to do is I want to build this watchtower thingy majooger thing, because right now it looks pretty ugly. As far as what design I'm going to go for, I don't really know. I'm probably just going to wing it and see what comes out. I want to build the watchtower, or air traffic control tower, whatever you want to call it. We're going to build it. Now, unfortunately, I did lose basically half of Terminal C. I accidentally clicked record for replay mod, not flashback mod. And when I went to go try to render it out in replay, it did its usual thing and crashed, so I lost the footage. So I did a little bit of off-camera work. So I did lose some footage on this building, which kind of sucks because it was basically when I built this whole front part. But anyway, I went ahead and paved over the old runways with grass. Now this took quite a while, probably like an hour, because there's probably about 1 million blocks of grass, I'm not even joking. And you can still kind of see the runways poking through down here. So I wasn't originally going to do runways in this episode, but I'm feeling like doing some runways right about now. Mainly, I just want to get the layout so I don't have to do that later, and because the details are going to take quite a while, and yeah, I just want to get them laid out. That's what I'm in the mood to do. So yeah, I do have a little bit of a plan on where these taxiways and stuff are going to go. The plan should be right here on screen. I am pretty much going to stick to this plan. I'm going to keep 2 runways. I might have to do a little bit of terraforming and expanding of like the edges a bit, but I believe everything should fit pretty nicely. I might not get to do the whole cargo area. That's definitely going to be its own episode, but I am going to lay out the main runways and the main taxiways. So let's get started with that, shall we? So, most of the runways are now laid out, as you can tell. None of the details are in. The only details I might have put in are the little lines that you can see, kind of like makes like a checkerboard pattern. I did not do all of them, but I'm going to save that for probably a dedicated runway episode, even though most of the runways are done. So the only thing left to do in the runways, I kind of stopped building this diagonal bit. Diagonal runways I figured out are not fun to make, and then all over here is going to be our maintenance area or freight area, cargo area, whatever you want to call it. Maintenance is actually these orange rectangles that I have laid out right here. So we're going to have two maintenance hangars. They're kind of off to the side, but still nearby our passenger area. And then that little red rectangle, it's a very dark red, but a red nonetheless, is going to be our fire station. And then the fire station needs to be located next to the fuel storage. So I'm thinking the fuel storage will just be right over here on the other side of the maintenance facility. So that way the fire station's still super close to the fuel in case the fuel decides to spontaneously combust. But that's enough yapping about this for now. My next plan, if we look at the detailed plan again, you'll see all these blue lines going everywhere. Those are going to be access roads for vehicles and fire trucks to get around and move stuff, do whatever they need to do. So I have a few of these laid out, but I need to finish laying out these access roads. And then after that is done, I will probably start working on a fence that goes all the way around, because we need to secure the air side so that way nobody can get in unless they are authorized. And after that, I might add some little details around the outside of the terminals, maybe like, I don't know, some trees, little details. And then that'll probably be it for this episode. So let's continue on with the building, shall we? So right here, you are seeing me build a tunnel underneath the road to build a little shortcut for the access roads. So that way fire trucks don't have to drive all the way around the airport to get to the other side. There is a tunnel that shortcuts everything. So that's what I'm doing here. What you see being built here is a holding area for the planes in case their gate is not ready. There is a place for them to temporarily park, and then I'm going to build a wall and a fence to seal it off from the cars passing by. And then I'm just going to go around and do some finishing touches, and that is going to be it for the exterior of the airport.